I have a very dear friend who has traveled all over the world, but until this week had never been to New York City. He'd been through New York City a bunch of times, but never spent any significant amount of time in the city. So he spent some time in the city, and he did every single touristy thing you could think of, he did. And the one thing that he did, he's a wonderful photographer as well, he took this outstanding photograph of the Statue of Liberty. And under it, he was adopted from South Korea, and as an immigrant, it was all sorts of powerful for him. And he put under there this quote from the New Colossus, which is the poem that is associated with the Statue of Liberty. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. And for him, the promise of what America would offer him was powerful. It was great, it was beautiful, it was something special. It provided him with all of the opportunities that he's had today. But he's also a man of great faith. When we talk some about promises that are greater and opportunities that are greater, and if you've asked me how I'm doing today, the answer is tired. Fortunately, I have some time off to recover after a very, very long week, but the promise of God is that He will take every tired person, He will take every weary, worn down, broken person and make us all whole again. In Psalm 62, David says this, yes, my soul finds rest in God, my hope comes from Him. And as great as the Statue of Liberty is, and as great as the promise of the New Colossus is for our country, there is a greater symbol, and that is the cross of Jesus Christ, which has promised us not just eternity, but promised us right now, that whatever you're going through, wherever you are, whatever your situation is in life, He's here to give you rest. He's here to give you strength. He's here to give you hope. And that is the promise that we stand upon today, that no matter how tired or worn out we are, that we can find hope, life, and strength anew in the promise of Jesus Christ. Every time you look at a cross, remember that all that He endured on our behalf is so that we have the opportunity to live like Him now, that we have the opportunity to live with Him forever, that this is not just a symbol, but it is a reminder, a steadfast reminder of a constant promise that has never been broken. Will you stand with me now as we pray? Gracious God, our Father, Lord, we come to you with hearts of thanksgiving. Lord, but you also know that in our hearts there are many concerns. You know that in our hearts there are many things that weigh us down, Lord. But you have promised to make our yoke easy, Lord. You promised to stand with us through all things. You promised to go before us, be beside us, and come behind us, God. And for that we thank you. Lord, we thank you for the opportunity to gather in this place, to find strength in one another, Lord, as you remind us of your promises in the lives of people that we know, God. Lord, we know of your healing because we've seen it in the people around this room, God. We know of your goodness because we've seen blessings, God, and we ask you to remind us, God, in our weary hours of how great you are. Lord, we ask that you fill this place with your glory. Lord, we ask that you fall fresh upon our hearts. Lord, we ask that you cultivate in us during this season of growth and new life, God. Cultivate in us a new connection with you, Lord. Help us to grow stronger in your word. Help us to grow stronger in your love. And Lord, we ask that everything we do and say in this time will bring glory to your name. In Jesus' name, amen.